Okay, we're back. So, we're going to be starting a new game tonight. It's called Magic and Mayhem. So, a number of years ago, I played a demo of this. Way back when, it would have been over like 20 years ago, from one of my PC Power Play magazines. And, the demo of it always stuck in my head. And a number of years ago, like maybe 8, I asked around on a forum I was on whether people remembered it from vague descriptions I gave of it. I think my description was like, the demo involves you going into a forest to rescue someone, and one of the major mechanics in it was that you combined various items to create different magical spells. And the person was able to, and one of the other members was actually able to guess the game which it was. Magic and Mayhem is a fantasy, I'm reading from the Wikipedia article here, known in Europe as Mana, is a fantasy mythology-themed real-time strategy game by Julian Gollop, and developed by Mythos Games. Julian Gollop is the person who was also behind designing the X-Com series. It was published by Virgin Interactive Entertainment for European release in late 1998, and by Bethesda, North American release, soon after in 1999. Although the game received generally positive criticisms, it met a quite public reception. It is apparently a next incarnation of Gollop's successful Chaos video game concept, involving the same mystical wizard combat, which I have not heard of. Apparently, it was Chaos, the Battle of Wizards, was released for the ZX Spectrum in 1985. Probably why I haven't heard of it. I have not played any ZX Spectrum games. It was not a console in Australia, and that was before my time. So yeah. Let's see, let me just get this all loaded up here. I've had a brief look over the game, as it is, just to see whether everything is working. Had to fiddle around with it a bit, because I could get the game working, but it wasn't having any music. And I hope there won't be any problems with the music, because it's really good. And it's been done by a band called, I think it's called Afro Celt Sound System, which I hadn't heard of. They do a mixture of sort of traditional African and Celtic musical instruments and influences mixed together. So yeah, I hope there's not going to be any copyright claim issues on the. I believe some of the soundtracks might be variations of actual album music which they've done. Anyway, I guess we'll have to see YouTube upload or something like that. Come on, can you capture the screen? There we go.
My uncle summoned me to his laboratory the day after my graduation from the academy. I assumed that he had at last decided to accept me as his apprentice. But now that I've arrived, he is nowhere to be seen. His flying machine rests at the base of the tower, prepared for a long flight. If my uncle had to depart in a hurry, it is strange that he has not taken the machine with him. There is something wrong here. The whole laboratory is crackling with energy, yet it is left unattended. My uncle has not taken his staff, portmanteau or grimoire, which are all essential items of equipment for a wizard. The staff directs the magical energy, known as mana, for spellcasting, and the portmanteau carries the magical ingredients that generate the spells. The grimoire contains the knowledge of wizardry and strange beasts. I can see that a map has been left on the table with a route marked on it. For some reason, I feel compelled to undertake the journey that my uncle was planning. As I board the flying machine, a pesky raven, obviously keen on a free ride, joins me. As the machine rises, I'm filled with anticipation, hoping that I might find my uncle in the strange land depicted on the map. I've crashed the machine in the middle of a dark forest. I'm bruised, but otherwise unhurt. That raven is still here, and I suddenly realise that he might be my uncle's familiar, an intelligent demon inhabiting the body of an animal. It seems that he is trying to warn me of danger nearby.
Okay, there we go. Wasn't that delightful? It's a very nice introduction. It is stop motion, I believe. Yes. I don't think it... Let's see. I think I remember reading that... That's a bit loud. I thought I'd made that low. Okay. I think I read that they did it using like a wire underframe to control the limbs. Yeah, all the models and sets were nicely done. Another game which I remember done using claymation was the Neverhood. So it takes a long time to do, but looks very nice. Kind of wish they were able to get high quality versions of that to be able to see it. Cause, yeah. Anyway, we have some options here. We're going to be playing in low resolution. High resolution, it makes it quite small on my screen. So low resolution, at least it's filling up the entire screen here. I don't know what border picture is. Gameplay, it was on fast, so we're going to leave it on that. Animation full, medium for dialogue. Music's still kind of loud. And it gets louder when I get out of the menu. Come on. Knock it down a little bit more. Fine. Okay. New game. Right. So, let's see. I think these are difficulties. Initiate, Apprentice, Adept, Wizard. I have no idea how difficult the game is. I'll probably leave it on Initiate. Because, I don't know, I have no experience with this game whatsoever. We have a few things up here. I believe these other icons will become available later on. We have this here, which is our grimoire, which has a whole bunch of information in it. We can learn about the grimoire itself. My uncle's grimoire is a valuable repository of information, but I will need to add to its pages, incorporating each new discovery into the correct chapter. This book will contain the results of my research concerning every aspect of the Arcane Realms and the people and strange beasts therein. In particular, I will carefully research each new spell and artifact that I acquire. I am sure that I will need to refer to the grimoire often, to consult some obscure trait of a particular beast, or to devise new strategies for the deployment of spells. Sounds like an issue with my monitor scaling if 800 by 600 makes it smaller. Doesn't it stretch to 4 by 3 full screen? I don't know, honestly. I got the game working and I haven't fiddled around with it too much. I feel often with 800 by 600 it would also leave the HUD quite small. Which can sometimes make it more difficult to play the game even if it gives you a larger view screen to work with. I don't know. As I said, yeah, so... Is my monitor filled with black bars on the sides? Well, yeah, it's kind of small in the middle of the screen. Let's see. Can I actually show that off? Hold on a moment. Just put it on a high resolution. And I can, show what it looks like. That's not showing up how it is for me. For me, that's like the limit in the middle of my screen. But the capture is actually showing it full screen. So, well, something's not properly set up. Yeah, okay. Okay, start up the recording again. It is now playing in 800 by 600 because I was led through very kindly by the DG. Thank you very much. Half of one. Okay. Fair enough. Thank you very much. As I've said before, my knowledge of computers is exactly how they work is kind of lost on me. I know enough to fiddle around with them, but anyway, start a new game. As I was saying, I think these are difficulties. I would guess they are, but I don't know how difficult the game is, so I don't know whether I'll touch that. I was going to look through the grimoire to see all the other things we have to choose in here. We have the portmanteau here, which I have to say is a great name for it. I also learned a bit looking this up. Portmanteau, I knew, is a word which means when you have two words and you put them together into one word, like smog being smoke and fog. Apparently, it was created by Lewis Carroll or Alice in Wonderland. I think Humpty Dumpty was talking to Alice. He was saying, you know, that he puts words together. And I think Lewis Carroll came up with the word portmanteau to mean putting two words together because it's a French word for luggage, and he described it as like putting two objects into luggage and packing them together. So there you go. Rather nice explanation for it, and it makes double sense in this because portmanteau in this is also a box which you keep things in, as well as combining objects in. So using both words, both meanings there, which I greatly approve. What's this? 2480 and it would fit 3 times. Integers and just up pixel. A pixel with them represent. Oh, okay. Mayhem! Yes. Hopefully at some point. Not yet. We're doing some reading. I'd like to read all this, or at least a fair bit of it, because seems like there is so many different topics, and I think it'll be important to understand a lot of this. Let's see. The portmanteau provides a readily portable and efficient means to mix its spell ingredients for the generation of spells. As I mentioned earlier, that was the mechanic which I remembered after all these years which the game had. It was just really interesting to me at the time. Each spell is generated by a combination of a talisman and a magic item, which are all kept within the portmanteau. Talismans are magical containers imbued with magical properties and can be created by experienced magic users. 3 types of talismans may be constructed, corresponding to the 3 alignments of law, neutrality, and chaos. A specific magic item will generate a different kind of spell for each of the 3 alignments. Magic items are either rare elements with innate magical properties, or they are artifacts forged by alchemists of great power and wisdom. Such items cannot be created. They must be found, stolen, fought for, or given. The Arcane Realms. The vast multitudes of Earth know little of the Arcane Realms, and popular legends, myth, and ancient beliefs distort the little that is known. Folklore tells us of the land of the Fairy, or the Middle Kingdom, populated by strange beasts and potent magic. These realms exist in another place, but connected to our world, the mundane world, through magical portals. I don't know whether he means Earth there or another realm, because he was taking like wizardry classes or something beforehand, so like magic apparently exists in his normal world, even though he's come to this realm. Lucian Agrippa, my uncle and mentor, is one of the few that have devised the means to travel to these exotic places. The construction of the lighter-than-air flying machine allowed him to fly into the atmospheric vortices that breach the boundaries of the Arcane Realms. Okay. Keep in mind, if I update NVIDIA drivers, the settings may reset, but I doubt it will go back to integers. That's never the default. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Places of power. We'll see more of this when we actually get into the game. The artifacts known about... The ancients knew about the particular places that provided a steady stream of mana, the magical energy that is focused by a wizard's staff to cast a particular spell. These places of power are extremely rare in the mundane world and are often marked by a circle of stones, a church, or some other monument. However, in the Arcane Realms, they are common and provide a ready source of mana. In order to benefit from the magical energy provided by a place of power, a wizard or one of his creatures must stand directly on the center of the stone or carving, which marks the spot. In this way, a wizard may slowly restore mana reserves over a period of time. Realm of Avalon. The Forest of Pain is an area which we're apparently in now. Legend has it that this region acts as a gateway and entrance to the Realm of Avalon. In happier times, the Forest of Pain was traversed by the spirits of noble warriors slain in battle on their way to their resting place, the Lake of Eternity. The forest now acts as home to a barren wizard named Camulus. It is said that upon his arrival to these parts, Camulus captured a band of warrior spirits making their way through the forest. They are believed to remain here still, guarding the sorcerer's modest dwelling. Realm of Aegea, Albion, creatures. We've got various creatures. I don't know whether I can read about these creatures during a mission. Got various spells, magic items, artifacts. Okay, I think I'll read after that, after the mission. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just do initiate and start up the game. There we go. And here we are. My name is Hermes, and I am here to give you guidance and information. Click any mouse button to continue. This bird is our tutorial. Select a zombie spell. First of all, you must learn about spells. Click on the zombie spell with the left mouse button so that it is highlighted. Go. Now summon the zombie over here by clicking the right mouse button. Here we go. We have summoned a zombie. Select the zombie. Now you are going to move the zombie. Click on it with the left mouse button. Move the zombie over here by clicking the right mouse button. There he goes. You can see they're all done with like stop motion animation as well. It's really charming. The zombie's got like, it's like a cut around the top of his head. like you can pull it off and see the brain underneath. You will notice that when you cast spells, your mana ring will be used up. It's down here. You can replenish your mana by standing on a place of power. That's what we just read about. And here's one is. Move your zombie over here. Remember, right click to move. Over there, and we'll have him stand on there. That's low humming. Now that you are occupying this place of power, your mana will slowly be replenished. There will probably be more than one place of power in the region. Try to occupy as many as you can. Okay. You can select Cornelius by clicking on his face. That's who we're playing as. If you click a second time, the display will center on Cornelius. Select Cornelius now by clicking on his face and move him over here. Okay. And we'll move him over there. There we go. Summon a brownie over here. That's this creature here. And we cast that there. Oh, we got an apple. Creatures with hands can collect food and other artifacts. They will be teleported back to your wizard as soon as they are picked up. Artifacts appear as square icons in your spell list. Click on an artifact icon with the left mouse button to use it. There we go. It may seem like the frame rate's rather low. I think the game runs at like 20 frames per second in base. I'd assume part of that, I'd assume a major reason for that is because of the stop animation used for the character models. But they don't have too many frames in there. From various videos I watched of the game, they all seem to be running the same, so I don't think it's a problem with like the game running poorly on modern computers. It's just how it is. I did read one person say that they put the frame rate up to like 60 frames per second, but I think in the comment that also mentioned that it made everything really fast, or at least like it, you know, they mentioned that it sped up the gameplay and all that, which makes it sound like it wasn't something which is really meant to occur. So I've just left it as it is. Now you must locate your enemy, Camulus, and fight him. Follow the path to his dwelling. Okay. Click on you, move you over there, and click on you, and move you over here. Actually, let's pick up this fish. I mean, the cursor animations are smooth, so yeah, it's just the animations for the creatures are fine. Well, which are look a little low, but that's how it is. We got a fish, and there's this thing down here, a red cap, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't have much health. Go deal with him. You can chuck rocks at him. There we go. We're supposed to have music here? Hang on. Yeah, there's music, I think. Maybe? No, there is. It was just, like, low in the background. Okay. Right. Let's, I guess, summon another brownie. And, summon a zombie. There we go. What else do we have? We have a fireball spell, which we saw used at the beginning. This option here is, removing roofs, or the canopy of the trees. I like that it actually, like, acts like the trees have been cut down. You can see the rings inside of them there. That's really neat. It's actually changing the model when you do that, because you can see it gets, like, frayed edges. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave that zombie there so that I can regenerate my mana. I think this number here is how many creatures I can control. We also have an auto map up here. I believe the map loops. Yeah, it looks like it, so it's not that big of a map. Let's move over here. Summon several creatures to work for you. Don't just rely on your fireball spell. Okay? I will summon some more zombies. I guess zombies are like the melee unit and the brownies are the ranged attackers. Oh, no. Oh, you can collapse the menu there. Okay. I want to summon a whole bunch of them. Guess we could do so. Let's summon enough so that we have 15. How much does that use? Wish it told me how much mana it actually used. We have 50 mana. We have 200 health. Health is this in the middle. Is Cornelius' face in the middle. It will slowly turn into a skull as we take damage. Let's move up here. Oh, what's this? Wizard spotted. Oh, there he is. And a skeleton. Okay. Hold, intruder. By my master Bertilac's command, you'll pass no further. Stay thy hand, good stranger. My name is Cornelius. I seek my uncle, the wizard Lucan. Lucan? Have you seen him? Lucan! I know that name. The wretch defiled this sacred place. The wily old fox confounded me and disappeared into the night. So my trail runs true. Hey, we got experience points for talking to him. And I don't think he's going to be talking with us anymore. Let's throw rocks at him and beat him up. Since that seems to be what we're doing now. Get him! The zombies are pulling off their arm to clobber them with them. That's great. I must withdraw for now, but you'll meet your doom at Greenhenge, boy. Okay. Oop. There he goes. Camulus has escaped through a portal. You must enter the portal by moving onto it. Once you enter a portal, you will leave the region and the battle will be over. Okay. Yeah, you can stay on there. Actually, it looks different. This other one has a wooden platform underneath it. This one's just kind of the stone lump on the ground. Got a nice little looking house here. Wonder if there's anything inside. I'll have an explore around, see if there's any like hidden items around. I feel like there's going to be things out in the wilderness which we can find. Okay. Yes, he was living in a very modest hut. There's absolutely nothing in here, it looks like. Maybe we can find another fish or something. That skeleton, I think, ran off. I wonder where it went. Oh, I think I saw it. Yep, there it is. Okay. Chuck a fireball at him. Oh, hang on. Stay away from me. Okay, so fireballs are just cast instantaneously at him. Turned into a pile of bones. I could say their tactics are extreme. Oh boy. We're done with that. I think this will be a much more enjoyable game. Ooh, there's an apple. Let's go pick that up. It's a rare and powerful artifact. There we go. Anything else over here? And the environments look so nice. It's really nice little artwork, and there's lots of variation in the shrubbery and all that. Oh, there's a fish. Actually, it does seem to be a bit like XCOM. Because it's like kind of the same sort of grid-based system, and the way the plants are placed and trees and all that, it kind of reminds me of the grid base from XCOM. Pulling your own arm out and using it as a weapon is pretty extreme. Ha ha ha. I like when zombies are done kind of imaginatively like that. I have a whole bunch of zombies for my Warhammer armies, and I had great fun sticking like axes and arrows in them, or like having them like holding their head in their hand, or kicking their head along the ground, or putting them in weird hunched positions. It's a lot of fun doing that, rather than just having them like, you know, plain old. It's a game which I would kind of like to do a stream of, but it's got a lot of copyrighted music in it called Stubbs Zombie Rebel Without a Pulse, which is it's a very enjoyable zombie game. I think a new version of it. I think like an updated version of it or something came out not too long ago. That's enjoyable. It's like a third-person action game. Okay, looks like there's not really much else around here. I remember getting kind of difficult towards the end, but... You do get an XCOM vibe. I mentioned earlier, this is actually a game developed by Julian Gollop, the man who actually ended up developing the XCOM series. So... resemblances are probably, you know, would kind of make sense. It's surprising though. I suppose the success of the XCOM series kind of overshadowed this. Okay, let's go into the portal. And we have gone... There we go. Victory! Rating, initiate, 100%. Okay. I wonder whether that... Does that mean that we get more experience points when we play on a higher difficulty? Or is there more... objectives on higher difficulties? It's an interesting, image in the background there, too. Deus Mundus Angelicus. Looks like a planet map or something. Tetra Grabber. Todd he Val here. Yeah, okay. Nope. The realm map. This screen shows the realm map. You can select another region to move to it by clicking on it. Portmanteau. Before you visit another region, you might want to change your spells. Click on the portmanteau icon to change your spell selection. Character improvement. During a battle, you will earn experience points. Click on the character improvement icon to spend experience points. Music stuttering. Why is that occurring? If you need to know any information about things you have seen or found, click on the grimoire icon. All your knowledge is contained inside. Okay. It's Forest of Pain. Plains of Greenhenge. And there's a bunch of other areas up there. Okay. Let's see. Why is that ticking constantly? It's kind of irritating. This is your character improvement screen. On the right of the screen, you will see the number of experience points you have and the cost of increasing each characteristic. Clicking on the buttons to improve your characteristics, then click OK to accept the changes or cancel to undo the changes. Okay, mana is used to cast spells, and the value shown here is the maximum amount you can have at any time. Health represents your capacity to take damage. The control limit determines how many creatures you can control at any one time during a battle. You can also spend experience points to create talismans, which are used in the portmanteau. If you want to take more spells into battle, add more talismans first before entering the portmanteau screen. Okay. Let's see. So we have 50 experience points. We can put 11 to increase our mana, 11 to increase our health, 18 to increase our control limit. I'm assuming by 1? Yep. You can increase it by 3. Law talismans, neutral talismans, and chaos talismans. That will cost 64, so we can't actually increase those yet. Health goes up by 20 points each. Okay, and mana goes up by 5 each. Probably feel like putting it into mana would be useful. I'm going to be casting a lot of spells. Yeah, I guess when you're playing on a high difficulty, you get a bonus to your experience points. Okay. Right. That's done and saved. Options. Can I do something about that? What's this do? I don't know. Is there any options I can do to stop that from, like, stuttering like that? Let's save. Okay. I'll go to the menu. Just, okay. Yeah, it's actually stuttering throughout the game now. Okay. We just load it up again. I don't know why it started stuttering. Yeah, it's fine now. Okay. Let's have a look at the grimoire. What's it got to say about the plains of Greenhenge? This grassland contains a circle of standing stones known as Greenhenge, which imbues the entire region with powerful magical energies. Indeed, Hermes has observed violent storms triggered by the creation of mana. Therefore, I must be wary in this place. To the west lies the tranquil Lake of Eternity, the final resting place of the warrior spirits who entered Avalon. From here, legend tells us that these spirits would then be ferried across the lake in a boat that was draped in black cloth and held by the silent figure of a woman. I must make every attempt to reach the stone circle, for I fear that if Greenhenge is under any other's control, I will be powerless in this realm. Hermes has already proved invaluable to me as a guide in these strange lands. He has returned to me with news that some wild creatures populate the plains of Greenhenge, roaming the land independently. It is uncertain as to whether or not these beasts will attempt to hinder my progress or turn against me. Okay. Let's have a look at the creatures which we've seen so far. It mentioned that reviewing the creatures would be important. I like his face. These are also seem to be the actual animation models which they used, which is really nice. Mana cost 6, health 50, combat 4, versus undead 1. Okay, so some creatures are more powerful versus undead. Stone Lob 4. Range 8, resist magic 22, intelligence is 45, bravery 3, vision 15, weight 2, speed 7. That's a lot of stats. Will they all be relevant? Folklore tells us of the brownie, an unseen helper to many country homes doing mundane chores wherever it finds them, or just peacefully tending cattle in the fields. But what of this brownie we do not... But what of the brownie we do see, the small ragged figure with smile enough for all the world? What goes on behind that tanned and wrinkled face? Right? Oh, yeah, okay. So it's saying like folklore, and then it's like what of the one which we actually do see? So yeah, okay. Oddly worded. Some say that this fickle race offer their assistance to humankind merely to covet our intellect, jealously scrutinizing our accomplishments. Others believe them to be simply a race cruder than us in many ways, yet willing to cohabit with humans in a mutually beneficial manner. I am glad to say I am of the latter school of thought. I have enlisted the help of these diligent folk for a number of years, and I have yet to have cause for complaint. The brownie is not a fighter, and when it is drawn into battle, its combat style leaves a lot to be desired. It employs clever evasive tactics when encountering a hostile creature, or if all else fails, will retaliate from afar, throwing small rocks and stones. The brownie's forte is locating lost items or precious artifacts. With a remarkable speed and efficiency, it applies itself to the task, seemingly uninhibited by the fact that it has no fingers or toes. For this invaluable talent, the modest creature seems to expect no reward. Doesn't it? Oh no, it doesn't. Weird. I thought that was just part of the model. It's just got like glove hands and like stump feet. Weird. Okay, fine, fair enough. Elf. We haven't seen these yet. We'll read it because they might show up in the next mission. Mana cost 13, health 45, combat 7, versus undead 2, bowshot 7, range 9, resist magic 13, intelligence 24, bravery 8, vision 15, weight 3, speed 6. Pardon? The elf cuts a formidable figure, tall of stature and impeccably dressed in immaculate woodland attire. Keen hunters, these members of the woodland tribe, can usually be found, bow at the ready, stalking cautiously through the dense vegetation that is their natural habitat. Close combat situations force the elf to resort to a short hunting knife. Lacking confidence with this weapon, it adopts a more defensive stance. The elf will try to keep combat at long range, for with a bow he is an excellent shot. The elf is obedient, efficient, with great initiative, wary of any natural dangers, willing to take calculated risks when the situation demands it. He is no hero, but displays a high degree of courage and bravery, often in the face of extreme adversity. We have a fawn. 14 mana cost, health 90, combat 17. Versus undead is 5, resist magic is 10, intelligence 28, bravery is 20, vision is 15, weight is 3, and speed is 7. Many tomes in the Academy Library are devoted to the study of this creature. I myself have written lengthy essays on the subject. Below a note taken from an essay on the fauns which formed part of my dissertation at the Hermetic Academy. That's the magical academy which I mentioned that Cornelius has been part of, so, like, magic was at least part of where he came from. It is difficult to understand why the faun was, in the times of ancient Rome, revered as minor deity, as these creatures are usually to be encountered in large numbers, reveling in misdeeds throughout the countryside, consuming copious amounts of alcohol, harassing women and terrorizing cattle and lonely travelers. Cruelty, greed, lust, and malice hide well a cowardly and lazy behavior. The intelligence that they obviously possess is in constant conflict with their animalistic instincts. The sound of distant music played on their pipes reassures those around that the faun means no harm, but is simply passing through. This uneasy understanding has been maintained for many years. The faun is a vicious opponent, often employing a heavy mace in combat. His penchant is psychological warfare, laughing, taunting, and humiliating his opponent, planting uncertainty in the minds of all who challenge him. This display of rampant bravado has become the faun's infamous trademark throughout the land. Have a giant bat? I love it. It's great. Mana cost 10, health 40, combat 3, versus undead 1, resist magic 5, intelligence 6, bravery 4, vision is 12, weight is 1, flight speed is 25. The giant bat is a phenomenon that evades my comprehension. How can nature support such a vast population of these oversized creatures? The place from whence they are summoned must display a food chain altogether alien to ours, a natural balance that allows creatures such as the giant bat to be part of a higher order of predators, a reality where such beasts may be revered as gods. Sharing all the traits of its smaller cousins, its poor vision is more than compensated for by impeccable sonar ability. Combined with a vast flight range, the giant bat is the ultimate scout, cautious yet persistent to the last. The beast attacks with swift strikes from the air, its silent approach catching its foe unaware. With needle-sharp talons, it can inflict deep cuts, no threat on its own, but when followed by a series of assaults, their combined damage can be fatal. To be caught in the anarchic frenzy of a horde of bats is to know death by 1,000 cuts. We have a red cap, that's a creature which we attacked earlier. Mana cost 13, health is 110, combat is 8, versus undead is 2, stone lob 5, range 7, resist magic 9, intelligence 17, bravery is 11, sight 15, weight 3, speed 4. The red cap is a quick-witted and vicious creature. It appears as a flurry of teeth, claws, and iron boots, but penetrate those defenses, and there is a malignant, cowardly little goblin, a tormentor of those weaker than itself. In combat, the red cap prefers to keep some distance between itself and its opponent. A skilled aim with any missile, it will gather rocks as an endless source of ammunition. Caught in close combat, the red cap will feverishly defend itself, striking out sporadically with its razor-sharp claws. As a victory trophy, the red cap soaks its cap in the spilt blood of its victims. This gory celebration appears to rekindle the creature's dark and twisted energy. I wonder whether this has any bearing on it. Will they actually, like, gain their health back after they've defeated their opponents? Oh, so when's Man took a Mayhem terror from the deep coming out? An underwater version of this would be interesting, with all, like, mythological sea creatures and so on. Skeleton! Mana cost 11, health 30, combat 14, versus undead 14, resist magic 16, intelligence 3, bravery 45, vision 13, weight 2, speed 11. A skeleton's very presence is sure to upset most mortal creatures, and unlike the zombie, their regimented demeanor commands respect in spite of their unsettling appearance. They are infinitely preferable to the zombie, if only because of their relative lack of odor. As with many undead creatures, the skeleton needs no sustenance and is a stranger to fatigue. It is instead driven by the magic that binds it together. Skeletons are, however, affected by water, sinking in any expanse that is too deep to wade through. It is commonly believed that total immersion of a skeleton in water will extinguish a wizard's controlling magic. A natural fighter, the skeleton works as well in a group as it does alone. Its minimal frame will prove a hard target even at close quarters. Nevertheless, a chance well-placed blow can dismember a skeleton in a trice. Skilled in the use of the sword and shield, it can move fast enough to dodge most slow attacks. The skeleton seems to possess a sharp but limited intelligence. Is this a result of the magical forces that drive them, or can it be that these old bones yet contain a distant, precious memory, an echo of the noble human warriors that they once were? A zombie. They've actually got an exposed brain there. Mana cost 16, health 90, combat 4 versus undead 4, resist magic 5, intelligence 2, bravery 35, vision 15, weight 4, speed 9. If there is one aspect of sorcery that drives the young initiates from the hallowed halls of the academy, it is necromancy. Many are unable to come to terms with the moral quandary of resurrecting a cadaver. Others are drawn to the way of the necromancer, developing an unhealthy passion for this, the blackest of the arts. Truth is that necromancy is a necessary evil. We now know that undead creatures are not quite of this existence, but somehow remain partly within the spirit world. Because of this, mortal creatures cannot fight undead warriors with the same effectiveness. Damage inflicted on an undead beast is reduced. However, undead creatures locked in combat with other undead are 100% effective, leading us to believe that, like against like, these miserable creatures can fight each other on their own terms. There has to be an acceptance of necromancy if we are to combat the darker forces of magic. Morality has no place in this area of alchemy. The zombie is a reanimated corpse of a human, recently dead, not left at peace in the realm where it was slain, but forced hence a mere puppet, a slave to whomsoever can command it. This is the makeup of the zombie, weak in combat but driven by the most primitive urge to attack anything, capable of sustaining considerable damage to its magically animated flesh. It needs no sustenance, knows no day or night, good or evil, but dare to stare deep into its soulless eyes, and you will know the unending, absolute hatred of the dead. We've got a bunch of spells here too. Creature summon. The Academy has taught me well the ways of summoning. How clearly I remember when I first called into being a brownie. I never did work out what I did wrong during the incantation, but I do remember the raucous laughter of my peers as I attempted to pacify the tiny screaming infant, its little mitten-like hand slapping at my chest in protest that I was not its mother. I have come a long way since then, and can summon to my aid a number of useful creatures. My learned teachers assure me that one day there will be no end to the variety of beasts that I will be able to command, but I must take care. Some wizards become too ambitious, even power-crazed, calling into being those that will inevitably command and consume the very one that brought them forth. Cure. The Cure spell demonstrates admirably the positive healing qualities of the alchemic practice, gradually restoring health to all creatures. Multiple applications of this spell on a subject will ultimately restore it to full health, and it will also neutralize the effects of poison or pestilence. Fireball. Of all the offensive spells available to the magic user, the Fireball is the primary missile spell, and as such is the first to be mastered by young initiates studying at the Hermetic Academy. The Fireball has an impressive casting range, and, upon contact with its target, causes minor damage. Due to its low mana cost, however, a volley of Fireball spells at a single target may result in a high level of destruction. Strangely enough, the magical flames that form this orb appear to burn only within themselves. They cannot ignite even the driest of tinder. Oh, we can't set the forest on fire. Oh well, okay. Raised Dead. Raised Dead is a spell born of the necromancer. When cast on a corpse, the body may become reanimated. The reanimated creature is then controlled by the casting wizard. The creature is now one of the undead, gaining all of the advantages of that status, notably more evenly matched against other undead and more resistant to non-magical injuries. The undead subject will, however, have impaired abilities in comparison to its mortal equivalent. The level of decay the corpse reached prior to its resurrection defines how impaired the creature will actually be. Therefore, a creature raised from a fresh corpse will display stronger attributes than one raised from a cadaver in an advanced state of decomposition. In addition to this, the raised dead spell may be targeted on tombstones in a graveyard. This will produce an undead creature, but what form it takes remains a gamble. Huh, interesting. Okay. And it's interesting to see that it's apparently working in a, that the creatures you kill will actually decay in the battlefield. That's neat. Magic items. I think these are things which we'll have in our portmanteau. Brimstone, Holly, and Mandrake. One of the oldest non-metallic elements, brimstone is light yellow in appearance. Considered by alchemists to be essential in the process of combustion, it also has a proven use medicinally as a skin ointment. It is also believed that brimstone can be used to ward away spirits from the interiors of buildings, but my interpretation of this legend is that it actually promotes the movement of muscle and sinew in a corpse. This would indeed drive it from its resting place. Holly. The holly plant acts as a main ingredient in several spells. I have learned that it may offer protection against some poisons. When used in the manufacture of arrows, it increases accuracy when used against creatures. Finally, it may have a use for resurrection purposes. Mandrake. For several centuries, the mandrake has been the focus of many superstitions, and not without reason. It is a herb with many magical properties. It is often claimed that the mandrake may be used as a component for spells that champion invulnerability, as well as those that promote flight. Furthermore, it may assist the bearer in locating treasures. Got a number of artifacts here as well. Let's see what these are. Chests. Treasure chests may be located within a region. The contents of a chest are also always uncertain, but a handy scroll may sometimes be located nearby, offering a clue to the contents. They are constructed in such a way that only wizards may open them, so that a wandering creature suffering temptation to investigate will soon be frustrated. When a chest is opened, the contents are immediately retrieved. Depending upon the nature of the content, it is either stored for later use, or it is activated as soon as the chest is opened. Care must be taken, as chests may be booby-trapped. Effigies. Many creatures are vulnerable to magic attacks inflicted upon cloth effigies of their type, so it is perhaps unsurprising that it is possible to locate such artifacts. The insertion of a pin into an effigy or the application of pressure onto a point of the doll will result in damage being dealt to all those of that creature type in the region. So, for example, if an elf effigy is located and used, all elves within the region will instantly receive damage. Food and drink. There are several forms of food that can be found within the region. Each article of food may be collected and used at a later point. Healthy allied creatures will always return food to their master when retrieved. If, however, a creature is in need of sustenance when it locates food, it will eat the item in order to regain some energy. Food that is carried may be dropped for a needy creature to pick up. Oh, okay, so yeah, they're basically health potions. But my creatures can use them too if need be. Mana sprites. Small ethereal entities that are present in most regions of a realm, these mana sprites may be collected and stored for later use. Upon activation, the sprite's energy is released and harnessed in the magic user's staff. It should be noted that only magic users can retrieve mana sprites. Scrolls may be located in some regions. They've either been left at strategic points by someone to warn of impending dangers, or may have been carelessly discarded by the region's Baron Wizard. When a scroll is retrieved, it is stored until read. Once open, however, the scroll then vanishes. Summoning statues. In a small likeness of a particular creature, when collected, a statue is stored for later use. Each time the statue is activated, it summons a creature of that type next to the bearer of the statue. Although most summoning statues only produce one creature, some allow for the summon of several creatures of that type. Once the statue has exhausted its limit, it vanishes. A chief benefit of summoning statues is that there is no mana cost attached to the summoning creatures in this way, although the creatures produced retain all the properties of a creature summoned through the expenditure of mana. Okay, there we go. Let's have a look at our portmanteau, which is used to create spells before you enter battle. On the right side of the box are some shelves which you use to store magic items. On the left side of the box are 3 trays containing law, neutral, and chaos talismans. Law, neutral, and chaos. Click and drag a magic item from a shelf onto a talisman to create a spell. Click on the talisman and drag an item back to a shelf to remove a spell. Each magic item can generate 3 different spells depending on which type of talisman it is placed into. Adjust your spell selection until you are happy with it. Okay, so we can pick up that, put the holly there, brimstone there, and mandrake there. So if we put the holly, as we had before, over here, we can summon zombies that way. If I put the holly here, we can summon fawns. If we put the holly here, we can summon elves. An accomplished archer, but weak in close combat. An arrogant, vain creature with a nasty, spiked mace. An undead creature with limited combat skills, but a tough constitution. Okay, so yeah, you have like an option between melee, ranged, and it also mentioned that like the fawn was able to buff units. You put this one here. Ooh. Raised dead. A corpse is resurrected and acquires the characteristics of an undead creature. It can also be cast on tombstones. That's Fireball. And over here is Cure. Restores a small amount of health to a target creature. Cures disease and neutralizes poison. I'm assuming I can cast Cure on undead creatures. It didn't mention anything that I could... Didn't mention anything that I couldn't do that. What about this? Okay, putting that in there as a brownie. That's a giant bat. Bat is weak in combat, but swift and agile. And we can summon a red cap. Tough but cowardly, the red cap will revitalize itself by dipping its hat in the blood of its victims. Okay. I don't feel like putting them into different slots just so that I can see different things. Where do I put this one over here? We get a fawn. If that raises... did it say something about that, like increasing their confidence? I don't know. We put this here, we can get Cure. Or I can get Raised Dead, so we can summon things from tombstones, but I have no way of knowing if there's going to be tombstone. Bat and elf. So what's the benefits of their intelligence? You didn't really mention that. Like, is that like the level of their AI or something? Like they will perform actions on their own? They evade enemies or something? Yeah, let's go with this. We get a red cap, a fawn, and a cure. We'll have a look at the different creatures and see how they function. Okay. Let's move on to... we go back here? No. Okay. I have to move on to the next area. The Plains of Greenhen. Guess I'll keep it on Initiate. No, have a little walking animation over to the new area. Here we go. Come and pick up this mana sprite, Cornelius. Okay. I will do as you say, bird. Mana sprites will restore some mana when you click on the spell sprite icon in your spell list. Okay, so they're mana potions. You may find several mana sprites in a region, but only wizards can collect them. Okay. Oh, The very air grows leaden. I sense a storm is brewing. Hurry, Cornelius. Follow the path to Greenhenge. Okay. Ooh. Lightning! Don't hit me. Let's go up here. There's another one. This way, Cornelius. I have located another mana sprite. I wonder whether I should summon a creature or not. I don't have one of the mana stones in this area, so I'd be using up mana which I can't get back. Oh, what's this? Regis. Greetings, stranger. You wear the look of the lost. I seek the wizard Lucan. I am a venerable mage of great power. I know him not, though Yorick of Fiddler's Green may tell you more. Okay. I will find him, my friend. Many thanks. Time for you to go to bed, Wex. Well, thank you very much for joining. We might do one more mission of this, and then I'll call it for tonight. Investigate these huts, but take heed. Danger may lurk within. Okay. He just got talked to by a unicorn. Okay. I mean, I guess he's probably kind of used to it. Let's summon a fawn. Go. Oh, they stack up on top of each other. That's nice. I was wondering how big our inventory is. Do you have any abilities? Can't tell you to like double time it somewhere, can I? No. Okay. Let's go into the village. Ooh, there's some skeletons. Let's summon another fawn. Get him! Okay. Go! You alone? I don't have any mana. Well. Ow! Oh, I got hit by lightning. That's not good. Perhaps I should have explored the area around here first? There we go. Oh, I didn't expect the entire village to just get destroyed by lightning. Ooh, hey, look, there's things inside these houses. There's bread. Go get that. I think you'll probably eat that. Let's actually not get you to get that. I will heal you first. Okay. The health bar is this bar on the side there. Oh, hey, cool. He actually goes and picks up all the items in the area. That's nice. Go over and get those ones. There's another red cap out there. Summon another fawn. Go and attack him. They're chucking more rocks at me. Stop that. Okay, good. Go get him. Stop. Stop that. I can't even see you over that cliffside there. All those corpses have ended up deteriorating, so that's about how long it takes for them to disappear, is it? There we go. Can have a look over there. I'll have you stand over there. I'll have my guy up on here. That way... I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, there's the, mage. Okay, get back here. No, that's why there's all these ones. It's just summoning more. Makes sense. Too far away for me to cast a spell on? Or do I have... I probably just have too little mana. Get him! Bonk. There we go. Okay. Heal you. It's quite gory, the little blood splash popping out. It's neat. And I like the characters, they've got a lot of personality to them. Come on. There we go. It's weird that, yeah, the map loops around itself. That's so... I have to get used to that. Like, we can get attacked from either angle. Okay. Yeah, summon another spawn. Hop up there again. Go deal with him. We're getting a good amount of units here. There we go. I hope there's no problems with the music. This is really good. Stop chucking rocks at me. Kind of makes me wish I'd taken some of the elves, but yeah, well. As we get more talismans, we'll be able to get more spells. I guess also we'll be able to like specialize in a certain group of magic. Is there a way to make their health bars appear without selecting them? That'd be nice. Or if I hovered over them, it showed their health bars. Yeah, let's summon another... Oh, he automatically stands on it. That's nice. I guess that's part of them being smarter. They're like, oh, that's free. Okay, I'm going to go take it for you. You don't have to go and tell me to do that. I would just do that automatically. You hop up there. The sound effects are neat. I feel like they could have more voices for the characters. Infiltrator, may chaos devour you and Lord judge you. And Bertilac, Lord of all Avalon, lend me the power for vengeance. And the courage to fulfill it. He's chucking a whole bunch of these little spinny disc thingies. I don't know what those are. Let's hop back. Okay. We'll heal you. That heals them up to full. That's pretty nice. Yeah, don't get in melee. Nope. The skeleton falls to pieces and it's just goes boom, 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 boom. Okay. Hop up here. Can I tell you to, like... It said to you, like... There we go. Look here, a magical ingredient to expand your portmanteau. Okay. Ooh. That was near, we nearly stepped in a portal there. Found Tinkle. Look here, Cornelius. A mystic portal. Yeah, I was nearly standing right on top of that. Okay. It said something like they dip their hats into blood, so if I put them near that, will they, like, get a buff from that, or heal themselves? Yeah, cool, they do! Look at that, they take their hat off and actually dip it in the blood on the ground. That's really cool. You have a little circle above your head. What's that for? I don't know. Ooh, you're nearly dead. I didn't really see any of my creatures running away during that. Okay. Yeah. Let's go have a look around the map and see if we can find anything. Where did that Hermes say that thing was? Over here? Ooh, there's a skeleton. Okay. A way to select my units when I'm away from them would be nice. Gonna have to read over the manual. There is control groups. That's good. I should make use of those. Yeah, you could be under 2. The other ones could be under 1. There we go. That's automatically better. And I can double tap the button and zoom to the group. Fantastic. Like if they just said things when I clicked on them. Like they say something when I right click, but that's very like just, well, okay. Ow, you're dealing a lot of damage to that fawn. There we go. Is there shortcuts for these? If I press like C... No, that's center. Z and X scroll through all of my units. C, I think, centers on the unit I have selected. Pressing W, I think, centered on my wizard. Yep. Okay. Go up here. See. Oh, that's respawned over there. Was there an item for us to pick up? That item for our portmanteau, or did we automatically get it? But I did. He was pointing out something, but I didn't see anything underneath it. There's some fire over there. Actually, looks like that fire is spreading. So I guess it's just the magical fire which doesn't spread. That's neat. Oh look, there's another... There's a brownie.
Okay.
Get him!
Okay.
What a charge, perhaps? You're like taunting him or something. Just leading us all over the place, aren't you?
Okay.
Oh, there's a skeleton over there as well. Eh. Fine, whatever. You could just run around. Let's go over here.
Okay.
There we go. Its arms fell off and it was looking at them. There's a spot. Okay, let's go over here. I can't do anything with you. Can't, like, talk to you or anything? Don't think so. You do move out of the way when I move into that square. Okay. Yeah, my fawns are going one way and my red caps are going the other. There's some more of those mana sprites. I'm guessing they don't carry between levels. I didn't keep the fish from the level. There's another one. Yeah, it looks like they respawn after a bit. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. That's something. It just looks like it's a structure. Can't actually do anything with it. Not seeing anything like pointed out on the map. I think we'll just leave. Go down here. Okay, so let's see. Fawns seem pretty good. They seem to be a effective melee attacker. Red caps. The ability to heal after combat by dipping their hats in the blood of the enemies is neat. Saves me from having to cast Cure on them. Apparently they've got melee attacks, but they prefer ranged attacks. Though I think also they're rather cowardly. I don't know, they might run off if things start going bad. Okay, let's go into the portal. I might do one more mission. I want to see some more of this. Here we go. Okay. The Overlord is learning. Ooh. And it's not ticking now. It's not stuttering either. Okay. Apparently we've got two choices. The village of Joseph of Arimathea and Fiddler's Green. Will I be able to go back if I go to one place? Apparently the guy which we're looking for is in both of them. What's this say? Joseph of Arimathea originally founded this ancient village when he constructed a small church around which eventually grew a modest community. This once potent symbol of Christianity has since been corrupted by the arrival of the Baron Wizard, Lutheron, a sorcerer twisted by the darker forces of chaos. It is believed that he has set up home in the church itself. Wild rumors persist among the local brownies of the horrors that are perpetrated in the name of alchemy inside this once holy building. Lutheron is believed to have the protection of a spectral black dog, which is thought to wander around the region, attacking anyone who attempts to return to the now deserted village. If rumors are true, then this beast is beyond the natural, and if encountered, will need dealing with as soon as possible. The village of Fiddler's Green. The mystical village of Fiddler's Green was famed for its tavern, where the weary traveller could drink from a tankard of ale that never emptied, as long as the traveller had coin in his purse. It was established as a fishing port, and it is from here where the village's reputation grew. Not surprisingly, the Baron Wizard appointed to this region has set up home in the tavern itself, taking advantage not only of the endless supply of ale, but also capitalizing on the mystical nature of the location. Yorick, as he is known, has discovered that he is quite secure in this locale. Talk of strange creatures wandering around the village have driven away most folk. Okay. I guess maybe this is like a reward we get for it? And the other one, maybe we have the option of getting the black dog for ourselves if we win. That's an interesting idea. A campaign where you could like get different rewards based on which missions you do. That would have quite a bit of playability, especially if you know, you have different combinations and all that. Okay, we haven't got on up to there yet. Any other new things here? Yeah, there's that spell, Magic Sphere. Shuriken. The Magic Sphere is a missile slightly larger than a human skull, constructed of a metal not dissimilar to copper. It is driven by a fascinating combination of psychic energy and mechanical ingenuity. The device perpetually rotates whilst hovering, allowing the four equidistant barbs that protrude out of the sphere to spin in a constant reaping motion. Requiring line of sight to the target point, the magic sphere can be deflected using any solid object, causing it to fly off repeatedly at unpredictable angles. On contact with living tissue, both flesh and bone are parted as if they were the consistency of soft fruit, leaving vicious wounds. I have made an oath with myself to return one day to the alchemy and demonstrate its uses to my mentor, Chaplain de Mornay. I know he will be both inspired and amused by the machine's elegant simplicity, as well as the vaguely Italian intricacies in its construction. Okay. Stead. Storm. I have progressed so far now in the ways of sorcery that I have found I am able to manipulate the elements of a region in such a way that will allow me to contrive whole thunderstorms. The whole area becomes subjected to particularly violent storm, producing literally dozens of lightning bolts. The drawback with the spell lies in the fact that a storm is indiscriminate. My minions are just as likely to be hit as any other. There appears to be no pattern or control over the individual bolts. I must therefore seek shelter before I summon this mighty tempest. Oh, I suppose hop inside a house. Yeah, that makes sense. Or underneath a stone or something. I have always been fascinated with the power of a storm. I spent many summer evenings as a child waiting by my father's barn for thunderheads to appear in the evening skies. Inevitably, the sweaty evening heat would give way to a cool breeze as the sky began to bruise. Then, as the smell of electricity filled the air, father would rush out of the farmhouse to tether the mare. We would then both watch in awe as the first flashes could be seen in the sky, forcing the heavy clouds into relief. Father would tell me that the storm was, in reality, a bitter war between the gods, and we would perhaps get to witness one of the deities emerge from behind the clouds. Needless to say, we never saw this. And I never really believed him, but the poignancy of his words filled me with a strange melancholy that makes me miss his paternal guidance. Oh, there's the item which we found. Tinkle. A chemical compound used primarily as an antiseptic solution, but is also useful in creating materials of a strengthening constitution. When heated, tincture fuses into a glass-like mass. Tincture is the vital ingredient in the production of certain mechanical devices that require the control of magic in order to function. Okay. Oh, let's see. Do we have a level? We have experience points. We have enough to spend in one of these talismans. I think that gives us another one? Yes, it does. Will cost 100 for another level. We put a point into law, neutral, or chaos. Let's see, neutral. I mean, we've got 4, so we've got 4 items, so to maximize how many spells we have, I should put a point into one of the talismans. So what was the spells? Law was like brownie, elf, and cure. Neutral was the fawn, fireball, and giant bat. And chaos was the zombie, raised dead, and hang on. Was it that or was it something else? Let's have a look actually. Fawn, fireball, and giant bat. Yeah, raised dead. Oh, raid cap, of course. Okay. Let's see, what does this do? Ooh. Gorgon Stare. Turns a creature to stone for a limited duration dependent on the magic resistance of the victim. Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna have to really learn, like, which creatures have what magic resistance. Magic Sphere. Magical projectile that slices through creatures but bounces off terrain. Okay, so if there's lots of trees around, it's not that useful. Though maybe if you cast it in like a building, it would bounce around on the walls and deal a lot of damage. What's this? Iron Skin. Any physical damage to target creature is greatly reduced for a limited duration. Okay. It doesn't say that, like, turning them to stone increases their defense. Also, it kind of looks like we actually get level ups for the spells which we have, because they've got, unless that's their health up there. No, that doesn't make. No. That's how much mana it costs to cast a spell. Yep. Okay. So you can see, Raised Dead costs quite a lot of mana, but Fireball and Cure don't. Okay. So it's out of these ones. I would like an attacking spell. Fireball I could cast quite a lot of. And it moves quickly. This one would be good at dealing with large groups of enemies. Yeah. Let's put it in neutral. Actually, let's see. I think I'll put it in law. There we go. So we get another talisman. And we can put that there to get Iron Skin. We can get that there to get an elf. We'll put Raised Dead there. And we'll get Mandrake there to get the bat. Yeah, okay. So I'd like to see this work. It also gives us quite a bit of variety, depending on what spells the enemy have taken. And we could use the bats to cover for our elves. And iron skin on the bats would help make them a bit tougher. Or casting iron skin on a bat. Okay, I guess I'm going to increase my mana some more. Yeah. I mean, I cast a lot of spells. Makes sense to me. Probably want to increase control limit at some point so I can summon more creatures. I haven't really been hitting 15 yet in the second level. So perhaps not right yet. Go here or go here? Let's see. 1 to 3 for the village, and 4 to 6 for Fiddler's Green. It is a 1. We will go here. I just rolled a dice. Okay, let's have a look here. Be wary, boy. This place reeks of danger and despair. It would be well to seek the aid of the Brownie King, but go gently. They mistrust strangers. With care, you can enter the stronghold without a struggle. Okay, there's a zombie. This is an oh, hello. This is a really interesting mix of, like... Ah, damn it. Ow. Leave me alone. Of, strategy and RPG. I don't know how much I'm supposed to be considering it a strategy game. Or an RPG. Eh. It's not going to help that my guys aren't going to be very good at ooh, also I don't have a cure spell. Get up here, maybe? Be careful, they said. Then immediately I stumble into zombies. Up here. I think I saw one of the zombies take his head off. Ow. You can fight them there, and we'll head over here. There's another zombie. I think we lost them. What's this? Okay. It's like a full church. Hey, elf. Stand on that, please. I feel like I should be able to rotate the camera or something. Actually, no, I think I can actually rotate the camera. I think I was doing so. Oop, hang on. What's that? HUD? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Can rotate the camera. Nice. Okay, you can hold that position while I go and explore elsewhere. What's this scroll? It is an error. Sounds. Pick view 2.wave. Okay. I guess that's going to crash it. Oh no, 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 it's still fine. Sacrificial altar. To offer a sacrifice, slay a creature on the altar, and the Grail Knights will revenge all transgressors. Okay, Gonna crash now. Yes, you are. Oh, hello. This is a recording after the stream. I was having problems with crashes in Magic and Mayhem when I was picking up that scroll. It was coming up with the error, you know, pickview1.wave, pickview2.wave were... there was an error with it, and the game was crashing after the second one tried to play. Looking in the sounds folder, the files were there, and looking around on Google a bit, I was actually able to find the solution to this problem. If you have Magic and Mayhem, you'll want to go to the sounds folder, which is just Magic and Mayhem /sounds, and navigate to the sounds.ini or ini file. Open that up in Notepad, and then you'll do Control F to find pick view, and you'll have these two entries in this list of all the sound effects in the game. What you'll want to do is over here, there is 2 comments, which used to be commented out using a colon here. I have since deleted them. The message, which it was actually here, is different from this. I've just added them back in for explanatory purposes. I think it was something like these are used on the... I think the comment was something like, these are used on the realm world something or other. But because of this comment, which is here, modern systems aren't reading it properly or something, is what I gathered from the comment about the game, from the solution which I read. So all you want to do is to delete both of the comments, and there will be no problem in the game after that. There is other comments in here, like this one, but it mentions unused, so I think that's just remnants from stuff during development. I think there's a few more up here, perhaps, or maybe down here. Yes. I don't know about all these. These are all randomized, but I guess we'll see whether they come across it. These ones, they have temporary after them, so I guess they're not used. These ones mentioned not used. So, yeah, it's just that pick view 1 and 2. Oh, you can find that. Why can't you find it? Oh, you can't see the find window. I've pressed Control F and brought up find, just to make it easier to navigate to the appropriate entry. So yeah, just delete those 2 comments, and the problem will be solved. I look forward to continuing with Magic and Mayhem next time. I hope you all enjoy joining me for that. This game is it's very neat. See you then.